Welcome back, viewers, to another Felix Black Show edition. What we're doing today, as I'm doing a little voiceover work, as you guys can hear, this is the video for the mountain getaway. If you've not seen the first video, which was the scary drive up the mountain at night, please check that out. This was the destination. What it is, it's called Sin Rumbo. It's in Valle De Angeles in Honduras. It's a mountain getaway retreat, no electricity, kind of a off the grid type setup. So it's a nice little getaway, you know. I wanted to try something different with the recording this time and just give a little perspective on what you guys are seeing and what I experienced a little bit. Basically, the road leading up here is treacherous. It's something that they do not tell you once you make the appointment. They don't say like, hey, make sure you have a four-wheel drive vehicle, anything like that. There was a couple Corollas, a couple Elantras that made it up the hill miraculously, but they were there to enjoy the view. And my CRV made it with no problems. We're gonna come to a little cut here in the video because I was waiting on the guard to come and open up the gate. He kind of like disappeared. The views are absolutely great, but I couldn't really enjoy the view because I was driving, and they have some really sharp rocks, a couple of mud pits. You just have to, if you have four-wheel drive, you'll be okay, no problems. Like I said, somebody with a Corolla actually made it up the hill. And so that was, I was surprised to see that. Coming down the mountain is actually a lot easier than going up the mountain. It isn't a drive that I want to make again. Again, I did not know that the drive was so rough. It takes basically almost between 30 minutes to an hour to get up there, depending on how you're driving and if you're comfortable driving in that setup. So a couple places are paved. Once you get closer, like you see here, they kind of have a double brick road for your tires, which definitely helps. But you can see those mountain views in front of you. There were like one or two houses on the top of the mountain, and I'm wondering, I understand you wanting to get away from it all, but how do you get electricity? And I hate grocery shopping, so coming off of a mountain to like grocery shop or going to the store to get things, it can't be easy. So more power to them. Like I said, the view is great. I will say that about the drive, it is absolutely beautiful view. I wanted to take a picture of that white fence. I should have gotten a photo. It was kind of like a hollowed out white fence. It was kind of just broken up. But I like aesthetically pleasing things like that. That's kind of a landmark for Sin Rumbo to kind of let you know you're on the right path. There is not just one, I won't even say road, but there's not just one path up this mountain. There are multiple paths because people live up here. So there is the opportunity or the ability to make a left or a right and go in the wrong direction. So that white picket fence is kind of a little bit of a landmark, just to make sure that you're going the right way. You'll see me going back and forth across the pathway because there was the water running down the mountain causes a little break in the mud, and it leads to a small little trench. So you have to kind of balance both of your tires on the raised portions of the road If not, you just start rubbing the bottom of your undercarriage on the ground, and that's not really a good thing. That's not something you want to happen very often. In some of the video, you will see my neighborhood badge at the top. I'm sorry, I'm getting used to this driving travel type video, so this footage is a little old, but that's something that I fixed in some of my more recent driving videos. On the parts where the road is actually, together with no issues, it's pretty smooth drive for the most part. Just when you get to those areas where the water has run through the same little pathway multiple times, probably millions of times, and creates that little bit of a trench. Those are just your problem areas. And, there's a couple spots where it's really hollowed out in the middle. So you really have to make sure you drive on the two raised edges. And it had just rained the night before too, so. The voiceover on the actual driving videos is new. So please, if you've watched the video this long, if you prefer the voiceover, let me know in the comment section. If you don't, please do the same. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm here living in Honduras, and exploring the different areas that Honduras has to offer. Very beautiful green country. As you can see, it rains. The rainy season is ridiculous. Now, when I say that, I mean it rains really strong at night for about 6 months. So you'll see there's a lot of greenery once you move out of the city. It's tropical weather, close to the equator, so it doesn't necessarily get that cold, but at the top of the mountain it does have the ability to get colder. But I'm a person that prefers to be I don't prefer to be warm, so I like the cool air, but I don't like to be cold either. I know, I understand. It's confusing, but it's just right, because when it starts to heat up, you do have that cooling off effect. See that trench that's on the right in the road? Yeah, that was a little deep right there. I think I rubbed my undercarriage of the CRV a couple times on this drive right here. And see, to the left it's actually open, and you can see a little bit of the mountain view. But again, I couldn't turn my head, and you definitely can't necessarily see it on the video because the video is straightforward. Puddles. Gotta make sure you don't get bogged down in some of these puddles that are there. There's people on four-wheelers, people on motorcycles. Again, there's people that actually live up on top of the mountain. So it's not just like a retreat area. It's actually, a neighborhood where people live. And there was kids out playing. I think you see some in the water when we passed by, or maybe it was workers. Yeah, that trench on the right, it was treacherous. I think this is where I might have rubbed the undercarriage. Great mountain views, Again, it's Sin Rumbo in Valle De Angeles, Honduras. Bienvenidos. I wish I could do a little bit more voiceover while driving, Unfortunately, like the sound on the camera isn't that great, or the microphone isn't that great. And plus, I never know. Look at that trench. Look at that. This is one of the rougher areas for sure. So I never know when I'm going to actually keep the footage that I'm recording. So a lot of times you'll see here on the channel that I'll just put a little bit of, driving music or riding music over it. And I'll probably start to ad lib a little bit with the commentary. I don't want to necessarily talk for 40 minutes, but just give you a peek behind the curtain as far as what's going on, a little history. Ooh, look at this. I think I definitely rubbed the undercarriage right here. I might have to play around with the placement of the camera in the front windshield. Look at that view over on the left. Great, clean. I don't know how much of the dashboard I'm supposed to capture inside of the videos, so I'm still tweaking that. It gets so warm some days inside the vehicle that my camera will just fall down. So it's not like I can set it and forget it. It's probably something I need to learn, like where to place the camera for the best view. Over on the left, like it's a wide open view. You can see houses that were a little lower. You can see the roof. I think there were children playing down there. Like you can see that there were families. It was a quiet Sunday morning. Sun was shining, birds chirping. Easy like Sunday morning. Started to head downhill a little bit. You see, pick up some little speed. Can't pick up too much speed though. One of the good things is that there weren't a lot of deep puddles. The puddles that you see, just surface, no issue getting through them. This trench right here is pretty, it's pretty one-sided. Definitely, if you hit that trench the wrong direction, you're definitely going to rub the undercarriage. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to balance the tires on the two raised edges and kind of just, roll over that trench. I don't want my tire to get stuck down in there. so much green space. When you're in the city, I mean, they have green spaces in the city. There's a couple parks. You can still see mountains that surround the city. When I say city, I mean Tegucigalpa, the capital. But there's nothing like driving through it, almost having that country, that rural feel. And that's definitely, how Sin Rumbo promotes itself as far as like getting away from the city, getting away from it all. And it works. It definitely works. I mean, you can see like the appeal once you get past the drive. Another crazy trench area right here. Ooh, look at that view. So they got like a nice little neighborhood going up the mountain. I think that's where I'm about to come to the little river that I have to go through. I thought about getting out to take a picture, but I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I remembered I was filming. I was like, you know what? I'm filming. I gotta keep going. Nice little neighborhood going straight up the mountain. That looks really peaceful. I got un perro coming up the mountain. Perro, doggo. Doggo was making it. So now I'm definitely getting into the small part of the community area. When I say community, just because there's like a school here, the river is here. It looks like people use the river for like washing clothes. They may even use it for, I don't want to say drinking water, but they definitely use it. It is a a big resource for this community. And even though that river looks small, like it's not very busy, coming over the river, I felt a little dicey. I will say that. I didn't feel 100% comfortable going over the river, because to the left is actually a drop off. But they look like they're trying to work to keep the river flow going, if not even direct it in another direction, like off to the side, left, right. So it was really nice. It's really scenic right here. Hey, I'm filming, bro. You can't stop my progression. I'm filming, bro. So what I tried to do is I tried to stay a good distance behind the truck. I think I may get close to it. I tried to stay a good distance behind the truck, but I didn't want this video to last for 2 hours because it's already going to be like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, going at a normal speed. But I didn't want you to have to look at the back of a truck the entire time, but also had to space out the timing of the drive and the video overall. So it's a little bit of a longer video at 41 minutes, 42 minutes, but it's definitely scenic, Once you cross over the river, I feel like the drive is a little bit more manageable. It feels like the roads are a little bit more maintained, probably because there's more traffic on this side of the river, just because the river again is where the houses are built up around it. It's a little bit of a community there. They got a school and everything, and I feel like once you pass the river, the houses get a little bit more spaced out, and it may not be as well maintained, if that makes sense. So with the maintenance of the road, it's a little bit flatter, less crevices, less ditches in the middle of the road, and then you kind of see it's more balanced out, less sharp rocks, and then you really start to see more people. There were some guys actively building that house on the right, the one that's closest to the road. They were actively working on it, putting brick and mortar together to add rooms. So that house wasn't finished yet, but they were in the middle of building it. Wasn't a big company or anything like that, corporate. It was just two guys just laying down some brick, putting down some cement, putting up some more cinder blocks, not bricks. A little peek behind the curtain, a little outtake action. When I originally edited this video, I was missing this entire clip, the next 10 minutes. And so I went to, I look at the video before I do the voiceover and publish, and it skipped from driving here to driving on a hardball on an asphalt road. And I was like, what happened? And I was missing 10 minutes of footage. The life of video editing. You just had to make sure. I probably watched the videos back myself probably 4 or 5 times just to make sure that there is no glaring issues. Now with the voiceover, it's a little easier because I can go back and do the voiceover again, but for the most part, and you'll hear in this one, it's all going to be one take. So there were some people walking on the side of the road, a family trying to get to the main road, which we'll get to here in a few minutes. But they were walking. It was, a lady, 2 kids with a backpack, and they jumped in the back of that truck. Now remember, They jumped in the back of the truck at about 26 and a half minutes. And we'll see like when they get out of the truck. And that's how far, they were going to walk in order to get to their destination, which is the actual city, the small town at the base of the mountain. That's mountain living, but it's good to see that there is a sense of community here. And the gentleman with the pickup truck was able to pick them up and give them a ride because they had a little bit of a walk ahead of them. Those mountain ranges off in the distance. It's a great view. There's a little coffee shop that's gonna be on the left here in a few minutes, and it like has views of everything. But this is probably one of the times you'll be able to see the view like from the actual video and not just the road. But yeah, just take that in. Doggo. Perro. I like dogs, yo. Amazing animals. So the building on the left-hand side is the coffee shop with views of the mountain and the communities below. It's actually a nice little area. It's not much for parking, but there was a guy on that four-wheeler with his daughter. She was the one in the back in white. It seems like being on a four-wheeler in this environment would be amazing. I would say that. I don't know so much about a motorcycle. There's people who like the off-road motorcycle. I'm not much of a motorcycle guy, but definitely a four-wheeler. Like I could see that being the most common mode of transportation just to get around. And it looked like it would be fun just to, four-wheel around on the road and some of the side paths as well. You can definitely tell we're close to getting to the community, the town. I want to say town. I don't want to say city because it's a very small town. So I'll say that pueblo, nice pueblo, Valle De Angeles. You can tell that we're getting closer because you start to see more people, more vehicles, more buildings, a little bit more congestion for this area, even though it's not really congested. So I'll say pueblo. That's one of the great things about Honduras, and you will see once we get to Valle de Angeles, it is very colorful. There's a lot of history with the city, pueblo, I'm sorry. Once I get back up that way and walk around a little bit and get a little bit more information, I'll do another video about it, and that'll be part of my voiceover. Toyota. I wonder what this barbed wire fence on the left-hand side for. Never figured that out. Like why they needed the actual barbed wire fence. Must be some sort of protected area. This is definitely a nice little pueblo at the base of the mountain. Still got those beautiful mountain ranges in the back. Those peaks. They got a good little trench right here too. We're about to hit the paved road. There it is. We made it. Got a little bit further to go. If you're still here watching the video, thank you. Thank you for taking in this mountain view. Look at that. This great mountain view. Again, this is the drive from Sin Rumbo in Valle de Angeles, Honduras. Nice mountain getaway retreat. It's about a 40 minute drive. Huge dip from the paved road back to the dirt road, and you can see the guy who passed us earlier with the his daughter on the back in white. Apparently that's his wife, and they met up. You know, they were driving different four-wheelers and they met up here at the base of the mountain. Got a little bit of a traffic jam here. Nothing too bad. Those carts, that little red cart is like taxis. Is like a taxi. for the town. About to get back on the paved road again. I think we're paved from here all the way on out. It's all straight downhill. Oof. You can see people just walking up the hill. It is not easy. Got that up the hill walk. So remember when the lady and her children got into the back of that truck, we were at 26 and a half minutes, right? We're at about 37 minutes and some change. We're actually off of the mountain now. This is actually coming into the backside of the town. They're about to get out the truck. And so it's probably going to be about 38 minutes and some change. So basically driving, that was 12 minutes. So imagine if they were walking, how long it would take them to come off of that mountain. Nice colors on the left-hand side, those murals, look at that. I love that about Honduras and just the culture. It's very colorful murals. Doggo. I'd like to go and like kind of do a little bit of a photo shoot on some of the murals that's down here. Okay, so 39 minutes they get out of the truck. It's about 13 minutes driving. So you can imagine how long it would be if they had to walk that. So this is Valle De Angeles. We have, for the embassy, we have a vendor up here that does our going away gifts. This is a tourist spot here. So definitely if you come to see me in Honduras, expect to go to Valle De Angeles to do some shopping, get some souvenirs. It's a busy area on Saturday and Sunday, sábado y domingo. Food, souvenirs, woodworking. Just a nice day out. It's almost like an outdoor flea market. Like we have flea markets in the United States. This is pretty much all it is. It's going every day, like all week, but it's really busy on the weekends just because, you know, that's when everybody's off of work. So thank you guys for watching the video. I appreciate it. Hopefully you stayed for the entire thing. Hopefully you hit that pero doggo. Hopefully you hit the like button. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel for more travel videos from here in Honduras. Bienvenidos. And around Central America. Trying to voice over thing for the videos. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. While I try to do this YouTube thing, join me on my adventures around this beautiful country. Felix Black out.